Welcome to everyone who's going to watch this later.
Yes, welcome. And thank you for joining the AC show. It's hot out there. Come inside, enjoy the AC.
Yeah,
I'm Aaron, aka the Handy Outdoor Nerd, and this is Chris, aka Mr. Carol Science.
that is me. I wish there was a way to send this out on my channel too, so my subscribers would be you know what I mean? Like if you have a guest on your show and you send out the invite and then their subscribers get notified too, so that
I do. I
you're you send out the invite and then their
Yeah, I'm not sure on how or if you can, but I have thought the same thing.
My air conditioner in my classroom is great. I have to push this button every 2 hours or else it turns off.
Well,
You said the AC show and it reminded me that I needed to push the button again.
That's funny. So I've got chat popped up here for YouTube, so I can actually see if someone comments.
Yeah, so this chat
It's
on
weird.
the side of StreamYard, does it work the same way? Does this show the
Yes,
live chat from that's on YouTube?
it does. It shows it for us. For everybody else, it won't show it. Like they can see on YouTube, the chat there.
Mm.
But when I did my unboxing, I popped out the chat so I can see it with YouTube on the other monitor.
Right.
Let's mute that.
Did I tell you what they said about my son in kindergarten reading?
No.
So Elliot is in kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
And they said, because he's been reading for over a year, and that's one of his chores is he gets home from wherever he's at, and we'll tell him before you can play a game, you got to read a book or something. And so he'll get home and pull out a book and read. So they knew that he was reading, and they were like, well, we're not sure what level he's reading at, but we don't need to sit here and teach him, letter sounds and CAT spells cat and stuff because he already knows that. So they said, we want to test him to see what his reading level is. So my kindergartner got pulled out of class so that they could test him for his reading level. He's reading at a 3rd grade level.
There you go.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. And they were like, but sometimes stuff like that kind of happens. I've never seen it at a 3rd grade level, but a lot of times these kids, they just get really good at the letter sounds and they can sound words out really well, but they don't understand anything they're reading. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that maybe makes sense, And so they're like, so we're going to pull him out again and we're going to test his comprehension and we're going to give him comprehension test. And they said, no, he's reading at a 3rd grade level and understanding it. He is. So they're like, we're not really sure what to do with him during reading time. So we're just going to start giving him some 3rd grade level books and just letting him read while we're teaching the other kids how to read. I'm like, okay, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah. But he's not ready to move up to a different grade because he still needs work with his handwriting and I mean, he does know how to spell some words because he can read them, so he can spell some stuff. But like his handwriting is atrocious, and sometimes he messes up letters and his numbers he'll write backwards and stuff. But he can do 2-digit addition in his head.
There you go.
So they're like, "Do you want us to move him up to a higher math class?" And I was like, "No. I just want him to be a normal kid. It's fine if he's smart, but." They wanted to put him in a class that's like first graders who weren't ready to move up to first grade, and so it's like an accelerated kindergarten program.
Yeah.
But like I didn't want him to be in a class with the kids who didn't do well the year before, because I know that they're a little bit slow, which is okay. Like I'm not trying to like trash kids that struggle with reading or whatever, or math or whatever, but when I was in school, I was in the gifted programs, and then I moved to a school district that didn't have a gifted program, so they wanted to put me in one of those like transitional classes, because they're like, "That we have this class, do you want to be in that class?" And I was like, "Sure," because I wanted to keep doing the gifted stuff. And I ended up just being in a class with a bunch of kids that didn't know how to do anything, and it rubbed off on me, and then I got dumb. I'm no longer gifted. Darn it.
Well, understandable. Let's see. So I tweeted this out. Went to YouTube and just told to share. It says we got one viewer, but that's me watching the chat. So I think the problem is with the chat on StreamYard is we can see it, but everybody else can't see what's posted in it or something. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Well, so when I was a young warthog, when I did my stream on my wife's birthday, for some reason, like it showed up chat on StreamYard.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't figure out how to like edit the comments and stuff, like kick people out. Like somebody made an inappropriate comment about my baby on the thing, and I was like, well, how do I get rid of this comment? I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
But it showed up all of those comments on that little bar on the side of the StreamYard app.
Yeah. If you click on the comments, you can do something with them. Let's see. So I clicked posted. So there's private chat.
Oh, so there's private chat and live comments.
So.
But it doesn't give me the option to leave a live comment.
Yeah, and I put tests. It said test. It's showing it up on there for test.
Oh my gosh. This video is restricted.
So now it's popped up on comments for test. And if you hover over it, you can click show. So everyone can see it. So they can't see it on this unless you hit show.
I think that RIT, I think that they blocked me from getting on YouTube.
Really?
I think they did.
Well, that's mean.
Seriously, like, I mean, I can go on YouTube, but it won't let me log in Maybe it'll let me log in under my school account. Your primary school brand account is suspended.
Interesting.
They did. They kicked me out of YouTube. They blocked me. They must have known that I had a YouTube channel and said, we're going to just kick you out.
That's not cool.
Gosh. That's lame.
Yeah.
That's really lame. Okay, so I can see the live comment.
Yeah.
Does it let you? But you commented it, so it's not going to let me like do anything.
Yeah.
It's hot out. Enjoy the AC show. Let me look at it on my phone. Because I'm just like common folk. Let me look at it on my phone. Because I'm common folk on here, but on YouTube, am I set as one of your admins in chat?
Probably. I think so. If you comment something, I'll see, and I'll be able to see if you are admin. But I think you are. Oh, look, 2 viewers. It means you and me are both watching this.
Yes. But what?
So funny story. I went to go record something with OBS, and you got your stream and then record right underneath it. I accidentally clicked stream for like 3 seconds, and then I told it to stop.
Oh yeah, see, I watched your stream twice.
Yeah. I had like 6 views on it. I was just like, it's 3 seconds long. You just see my desktop, and all of a sudden, like StreamYard up there, the OBS on there, and it just cuts out. All right.
I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned.
Yeah, you are admin.
Yeah, it pops up as admin. So like in the live comments thing.
Oh, okay, so show it. It pops it up on screen. That's what it does.
Right, that's what I'm saying. In the live comments thing, is there any way from StreamYard to like delete that comment? Like if I said something, it's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, or like, oh, that was mean. I'm gonna take it out. I mean, not that I ever do that, but
I think from that you literally just have to go to YouTube and do the chat there.
So this is crazy. I can stream through StreamYard to my YouTube channel, but I can't log into YouTube on my computer. Like at all. I can't even watch a YouTube video. I'm gonna have to contact IT because this is bullcrap is what it is. Yeah. I can't even watch a YouTube video. Like, come on now. Well, I guess I can watch as long as I don't sign in.
I don't know. That's annoying. So, what do you think about doing this every Sunday night?
Every morning? Sunday night in the middle of the night?
Yeah, why not?
As long as we have a theme.
So, I mean, if you're up anyway, I'm always up at this time. We can have a conversation about whatever. Just have a topic for that following week. Kind of like what Calvin and Jimmy did, come join. We'll put the AC show. as we talk about, hey, I got something to talk about. um, let me see. Got the video recorded on my phone. That's not it. All right. Let's pop up. See if I can find it. I know where I can find it. Let's go. Instagram.
What?
All right. Back to StreamYard, and I know I've got a lot of tabs open, but that's fine. That's just how
Don't
I
look at
roll.
that. Just don't think about all the tabs that are open.
Well, if you see, most of the tabs that are open are Thingiverse tabs. So some are little projects like this, just projects having me do. So here we go. Electronic. So there's this printer I've seen video for. Let's watch this video, shall we?
Oh.
It doesn't have one, or two, or three, or four, or five. It has eight nozzles individually.
Nozzle?
Eight separate motors pushing out different filament.
This is all I'm gonna say. Like, just looking at this from my perspective, my point of view, what I can see in this video, that looks
Look
like
at the
a
print quality.
horrible design. What's that?
I mean, look at that print quality. I mean, doesn't that speak several $100s worth of a printer?
Eesh.
I mean,
well, I mean, you know the problem. You can see the problem right from the video.
Well, there's no cooling.
There's no cold end. They've got that one fan that blows across all 8 of those heat sinks.
Oh yeah.
And it only blows. Well, I mean, it blows.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
There's your like, cooling fan right there.
Like it really blows.
Look at this. Look at all that. I
Where's
mean,
another picture? Show me another picture. Is there a good picture of just the nozzles, like from that video?
uh, yeah. Let me see. There we go. Right there. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got one. Is that a small little like 40 millimeter fan or smaller on either
Well, see
side?
this fan right here. This is for kind of cooling all these off.
That's what I'm saying. Is you have those two fans that are blowing across all those heat sinks to separate the cold end from the hot end. But like that's not nearly enough cooling on those heat sinks to do anything. So
Oh
what's
no, it's not.
happening is you're getting heat creep that's going to come
Oh yeah.
up from the heater block up through that heat sink and into the cold end, and it's going to melt the plastic inside that PTFE tube. It's going to
Oh yeah.
clog the extruder, and that's why you're getting print quality like that. What a terrible design.
Like here's another video.
Ooh, 3D rendered. Look at that. I love 3D rendered images.
I mean, the printer looks it looks beautiful. And see, look at all those motors.
Yeah, that 3D rendered design looks great. Yeah.
They can't even be half a kilogram. They got to be like what, a quarter spool maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
maybe.
I don't have any reference for how big the printer is.
Yeah. So let's see. So max build height is 12 inches inside.
That's pretty big. That's like 300.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's it. It just goes back to, and just plays over it again.
Yeah, that's not. Those have to be little tiny spools.
But I mean,
But I've got some small spool. Like
I understand on small spools and stuff, but one, if you're going to have something that big of a print volume, it's perfectly fine to have small spools. But to 12 inches, you're going to use that up so fast. And if you're
hold on. Let me grab some.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. And here's a side view. I mean, it looks like it's all metal.
So with these Robo 3D printers that I have, they came with some little tiny spools. But it's double thick, but it's just really small this direction.
Oh yeah.
And so like,
And I understand that, and that's perfectly fine. But I mean, this doesn't show on how big the spools really are, which they're probably about that size.
they probably are. Because this is a 1 kilogram spool.
I mean, but they're not that wide. They're thinner. They're not so wide.
Yeah.
So it might be half a kilogram. Might.
Maybe.
But I mean, you're advertising this, and I think this is. Let me look. I had seen the price for it before, and you know,
it's probably astronomical. It's probably like $2 or $3 grand.
And if you, like, I'll bring this back up.
My guess,
That
$3
print
grand.
quality right there is fairly decent. You know, and they've got pretty much an ultra base with painter's tape on it. With painter's tape.
Well, and it's got glue stick underneath the painter's tape.
Oh, I know. Like,
On
so
an
they did
ultra
that, and it's, oh my gosh, it's like, what are you doing? Which is also funny because then you get to this picture. Wait, this isn't that printer, people.
What is
I mean,
it?
it's probably a mock-up, but look, that's like an Ender.
No, that's a G-Tech.
Okay, yep, G-Tech. But
That's a G-Tech right there.
look at that. That's not, the bottom one looks better. That does not look good at all. I mean, a major cooling issue. All right, so let's go to the website. Let's see. Yeah, join the pre-launch party. Okay. Got a relationship with NASA people.
A
NASA.
relationship with them. I mean, we're talking like some serious stuff here. Is there a ring, eForge? Is there a ring? What kind of relationship are we talking about here?
eForge version 1 prototype has arrived.
Wow. What's the price? Click on the join the pre-launch icon. Does it give you a price?
Just a little bit. I'll click on it in just a second. I mean,
man, I love these 3D rendered images. They're not even showing you a picture of the real thing.
and I mean, it looks pretty. It looks pretty, but it also looks pretty freaking expensive. Join pre-launch party.
Can you imagine just trying to level the 8 nozzles? Trying to get all 8 nozzles level with each other?
They are encased in this metal, so they're all sticking out there.
Even that is different than what they showed in the video.
Yeah. So this is what you get when you click pre-launch party. You get it. Look, backed by NASA, supported by Tinkercad, people. Supported by Tinkercad.
You know, but like if I emailed Tinkercad and be like, hey, should I make my own 3D printer? And they're like, yeah, we'd support you in that decision. You know what I mean? Like morally supported, maybe.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Look,
yeah, that's a good idea. You should do that.
Launch in fall 2019.
Oh my gosh.
Ultimate Maker Freedom.
Ultimate Maker Freedom.
It looks like Open Robotics' hand right next to it.
Imagine a world where you can 3D print. I didn't read the rest of it, but
yeah.
Sensors, luminescence, and other electronic devices in hours. Welcome to the world of eForge. So is the purpose of this, I guess, would be that you could 3D print like circuit boards, essentially? Is that what they're saying? Because you can have some different types of conductive filaments.
I think possibly so, that you could have inductive filament in some, and then the others, have ABS or whatever. But here's your problem: if you're doing ABS, you don't want a fan blowing on it. If you do PET-G, you don't really want a fan blowing on it.
Well, there's no cooling fan at all anywhere. There's a cooling fan that cools off those heat sinks, but there's no parts cooling fan at all. So those
industry leading speed, people, out of the box ready. I mean, it looks beautiful. The touch screen up on top, not bad. It's at an angle, so if it's on a desk, that makes it kind of nice to have access to. I mean, you can see all the filament going into it. But
wait. Show a picture of the back. What kind of angle are you gonna have to pull that filament at to get it to go through that loop? I don't know, man.
Well, here's another problem. I don't see a Bowden tube or a filament guide tube of any sort.
That is a Bowden tube.
That looks like filament to me. That looks just like filament.
No, well, it's not 3mm. That would have to be 3mm filament going through there if it was.
If you look right here, that is where you would stick your Bowden tube, and it doesn't look wide enough.
Well, yeah, because you know why? Because it's a 3D rendering. It's not even the actual device.
But it's just like they did the thickness of filament going all the way through into the curve of what your Bowden.
Yeah. So like if these were Bowden tubes, then how come they're all different colors, I guess, huh?
Oh yeah, but all the spools are gray. All the spools are gray, but you get gray and black coming out.
Forge.
mistake that happens. I understand. But you go to that, and all they do is say, "Oh yeah, well here's join. We'll send you information via email." Well, I want to know what the heck it's going to cost people. It's a company. I mean, seriously, this right here reminds me a lot of Tico.
Oh, I think it's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't think that you're going to be able to get what they want. Like they're claiming that you could 3D print an entire electronic device. Like you click print and out pops like a robot that actually moves. It's a pretty out of this world claim, but at the same time,
here's your build volume too. 315 by 264 by 319.
See, I just don't think you're gonna get something like this in a desktop size. It's just not gonna happen. We're talking about that's something that would go in a professional toy maker lab, I guess. But that design is not gonna work. What is that?
I don't know. So you got black filament, you got white filament, then you got black on top of that.
So this is,
but it doesn't
so this is from,
it sticks too far this way. It's like this was put on the wrong way.
This is an image from their website, right? Read the comments.
This is on their Instagram. So I made sure that I could find it, so I clicked follow.
Go back to that picture. Have you read those comments?
Yes.
Hope this isn't average print quality.
Look, Oreo.
Yeah, I was like, it's a square Oreo. That's what I thought it was. It's so textured.
Look, there's the, well, it says there's a reply. But I can't see the reply.
51 likes. Who's liking this? You know who it is? People who know nothing about 3D printing are saying that looks really good. That machine just made it. Look at how ugly that squid is on the top compared to that really pretty 3D rendering they had.
So this right here makes me think of those robotic things from the Matrix.
Oh yeah. The ones that crawl around in the different pods and stuff.
Yeah, the Sentinels.
Yeah.
They go after you in real life.
Right.
But the frame, the body looks really, really good. I mean, and it's fully enclosed. It looks like, doesn't look like you can take the sides off, but the opening in the front. But here's, look, there's no handle here, people. You literally have no handle to open it. This obviously is not a rendered, but there's no handle.
Well, but it's not enclosed on the top. So you just reach your hand in. You reach your hand in from the top and push it out.
If it's printing and you really want to just go and stick your hand in the top of it.
Well, I mean,
you do that, but you run risk of it.
Printer with 8 nozzles, you're not looking for ease of use, obviously.
Oh, I know. It's like, oh look, it's glow-in-the-dark filament that's not on a spool.
It doesn't even look like it's glowing. I can't even see it.
I mean, it's really hard to see. And there's no comments. There's just.
Oh, I see. This is not. See, this is a electroluminescent filament. So it's not glow in the dark. It's one that when you put electricity through it, it lights up.
That doesn't light up very, very good though.
I don't even see it. What is? There was one image that you showed that was definitely said G-Tech on it.
That
No, it wasn't that one. My watch just died.
oh that
Yeah,
G-Tech.
right there, G-Tech. That's look at that hot end assembly. What is this?
And look, I mean, yeah. So they're showing the print quality, and I don't know if it's supposed to be because their system setup or whatever, but this is on that G-Tech, and they have obviously got the tape down on the ultra base type surface.
And I love how it says G-Tech on the printer, and then this guy's like, "Isn't that just a CR10?" No, it's a G-Tech.
That, so yeah, I mean, I doubt that they're going to get their what they want, but I mean,
Oh yeah, look at this.
what
The
is the
eForge 3D printer will be capable of printing toys, and you'll be off the hook for holiday shopping.
okay?
Explain to me, how are you going to print that sock monkey? You
I
tell me
know.
how you.
It's a sock monkey. It is fabric, people. Like this, not to that quality with this printer. This basic shape stuff, yes.
You might be able to get those basic shapes, but you don't need 8 nozzles to get those shapes.
No, my printer's got one nozzle. I can get better. I mean, oh, look, here, let's print it. Or look at this kind of crazy knotted lattice thing that something Angus from Maker Muse might make as a torture test.
That is, I've seen those. Those you get those at the dollar store. They have a little tiny light up ball like inside, so when you bounce it, it like lights up and flashes. That's what it is.
And Lego Man, and look, it's a chicken Lego Man. Like I understand, like there's several things on this you can do. Like these blocks, you can do Lego blocks. The train car, yes. I mean, if you have wood filament, yes, you can print this. You can print this in plastic too. But this looks like wood blocks somewhat.
Yeah, they are. They are. Because that's a picture of things that you could print.
It's Thomas the Train. It is Thomas the Train.
I
That's
don't
what that is. Thomas.
My whole thing about this, honestly, my biggest issue with this, besides the fact that it's just misleading, honestly, is the fact that why would you want to 3D print that? You know how like yeah, filament is at now it's pretty inexpensive. You can get some pretty cheap filaments. You could find filament as cheap as $10 a roll if you really search for it.
Yeah.
But even with the cheap cost of filament, it's gonna take you to print one of those trains. That's gonna take, 10 hours at least, 15 hours.
And you'd have to print them in parts. You couldn't print it whole because then you need PVA support material to dissolve away. Because
but you have 8 nozzles, so one of those nozzles would have PVA support material.
No, but you couldn't do it all because you'd have to modify the wheels because there's metal going through those wheels to hold them on. Just like in little like Hot Wheel cars.
I saw on Twitter the other day, Dave Gaylord from Matter Hackers posted an image or a video of a 3D printed gear mechanism that he said you could 3D print this on your $200 machine, and then it goes through a baking process where you bake off the plastic or something, and you're left with like a solid metal part. Did you see that?
No, I should check it out sometime.
Can you look that up? Do you know who Dave Gaylord is?
Sounds familiar.
He's one of the head honchos at Matter Hackers. I didn't meet him, but I saw him when I went and visited Matter Hackers in California in like April. But I was too nervous to go talk to anybody that like was important. You know,
Yeah.
they gave me a tour of the whole facility and it was really cool. But then like I saw people like from their YouTube channel and stuff, and I wanted to be like, "Hey, it's you," but I didn't want to be like that fanboy. So I was like, "What's up, dude? What's up?"
You're like, I'm a maker on YouTube. I'm not a fanboy, but inside you're like,
Inside I was like, "That's Dave Gaylord."
and for everybody that's watching this later, noodle. I've had people be like, "What is that a pool noodle?" Yes, it's a pool noodle.
All right, let's see. It was a few days ago, so I might have to go back a while.
It's understandable.
Oh, so I was asking you earlier if you had seen the non-planar 3D printing.
Um, is that 3D printing to where it just kind of there's like no
Yes.
layers? Yes.
Because I wanted to know what you thought about that. If you thought that that was something that could actually be a good thing, or if you think that the print quality you're going to get from it isn't that big of a deal. What about like strength? Is it worth it?
So I didn't watch the entire. I mean, I watched a good portion of the video while I was busy doing some stuff when I stopped watching it. Um, but I mean, I watched almost the entire thing. The problem I have is, ooh, pretty.
Yeah, so he says this is FDM 3D printed, and then they just go through a process and you're just left with like this metal structure.
Okay, I know what he was doing. He's probably oh, my brain trying to get the name of it.
Oh, it says BASF Ultrafuse 316L material. I'm gonna Google this.
Okay.
But before I do that, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do.
So I know you can take in you can 3D print some stuff just like you can do wax mold of something, and you can sand cast it with aluminum and all that sort of stuff.
No, I don't think that it's cast. It's a metal filament, I think. I'm gonna look it up. What is it called? He says BASF Ultra Fuse 316L. Metal filament for 3D printing stainless steel parts. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I put it up.
Okay. So it says an innovative filament for the production of 316L grade steel parts.
Interesting.
So there's a debinding and sintering process.
Makes sense.
90 mass percent metal. So it's 90% metal.
Wow. That's hard nozzle material right there.
Yeah, seriously. What does it say? I don't want that. Yeah, so apparently you can 3D print with metal and it's 90% metal, and then I guess you go through some sort of sintering process and it gets rid of the 10% plastic and you're left with a solid metal piece.
I I wonder with you doing that because it sounds like you're almost baking it out of it. I wonder. So say you got all this there, but you bake it out. How much shrinkage you have?
10% maybe.
But I mean, how even is that going to be? Like reduced? Is it going to be a little bit more here than there?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not sure how the sintering process for it works.
Yeah,
But it's interesting for sure.
because I've seen people put out the metal 3D printers that you print literally metal, and you've got to take it into this specific oven thing that comes that you can get with it. And what that does is it will allow you to center it, and I mean, it print even does it supports in there too for it. But once it's done, like the supports just like pop right out to. It's all metal, and you have a working metal piece.
What about? I saw a video. I think it was MIT did this. They took and built a 3D printer chassis, but instead of an extruder nozzle, they used a wire feed welder.
See that? Also see that we got Raz one. How's it going?
What up, One Raz?
And I know I said Raz one, but
So yeah, so they attached a wire feed welder, and then they used the welder to 3D print, I guess, or not even an air quote, I guess literally 3D printed with a welder. They printed a bicycle frame out of a wire feed welder.
I can see that. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty ingenious. It works the same way, I guess.
Yes, yeah, I'd say it worked the same way, just like a plasma cutter. I mean, you can see the plasma cutter. It's literally just a plasma cutter like you do by hand on a CNC machine.
Mm-hmm. And then they have the metal sintering ones that have like the metal powder, right? And then it goes through and like welds the powder together in the symbol, and then it drops down, shakes the powder up on top of it again, and does it again.
I mean, and those ones have been around a while because I mean, you get where it's like that, but then you also get the ones that just like brush it across. And you get, I mean, because you get your plastic ones that do the same thing. You either get it doing the laser, or you get it brushing across and doing a bonding agent like a glue as well. But
Yeah, usually that's like the resin ones. Kind of work.
yeah, well then obviously you get your resin printers that kind of do the exact same thing, where they just dip up and down,
Right.
which I've seen a couple things pop up where like someone's like, oh, I got chemical burns from my resin for my resin printer because I got it on my leg, and I'm just like, yeah, really.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was Elegoo. They released the Mars 3D printer. That's like, it's like $200 or something right now. They said, they just tweeted out not that long ago that they were developing a water soluble resin. So that once it's cured, it's no longer water soluble. But before it's cured, like when you're trying to rinse it and stuff, you can rinse it in water instead of having to rinse it in alcohol.
Interesting.
Which I guess, I don't know if the purpose behind that's to make it safer or what, but
I don't know. That's fairly interesting because I know that you rinse them in isopropyl alcohol to kind of clean it off, then you UV cure it.
mm-hmm.
But if it's water soluble, wouldn't that eat away at your part as you clean it?
Well, because it's mostly cured by the laser when it's being printed by the light. So it should be mostly cured. And then when you rinse it off, you're not like soaking it in there for hours and hours and hours. You're just giving it a quick
Yeah, you
rinse,
rinse it.
and then you put it out in the sun to cure in the UV.
Because I know the purpose of the isopropyl alcohol is kind of just rinsing it off, getting all that off.
The excess.
Yeah, and then you just cure it in UV light, and I think the alcohol for somehow null and voids the toxicity or something of it. I don't know what that's supposed to do to it. Again, I don't have a resin printer. I've got 2 3D printers, so those are just FDM.
You got 2.5 3D printers.
Well, 2
Right now I've got like 1.25. I own 3, and the school gave me 2, but only one of them works, and one of them kind of works.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, all 2 of mine work. And the other one, I mean, technically can work. I just get a new board on it pretty much and just eliminate using Pronto Face for it. I mean, Pronto Face, I can use to troubleshoot things and see what it's doing and kind of move it, this, that, and the other for any printer, really. But
Do you have any ideas for a 9/11 project?
no, I've had the idea of doing a video many years, numerous times. A project, no, but like a video of footage and stuff like that before I started doing YouTube, I did. So, which I don't know if you know this about me or really anybody know this on YouTube. I actually was going to go to Full Sail University and become a director for movies.
Full Sail, isn't that in like Florida?
It is in Florida, and it's at least 100. You've got a resin printer, Raz.
I have only one. It's probably are you talking about an FDM printer, like a with filament, or are you talking about like the resin printers?
So FDM.
No. Perfect. Filament. Yeah. That's what I figured.
And I mean, I literally recently just got my second one a week or 2 ago now. And pretty much only got that because it was new in box. The guy had used it, but it was $140 is what I paid. I said, "Would you do 120?" He goes, "I could do 140." I'm like, got to talk to the wife, and she said, "Yeah."
Nice.
So I drove like 4 hours round trip to go get a printer.
Well, I bought one 3D printer. I went halvesies with my father-in-law on a 3D printer, and I put it together and I learned how to use it. And I said, I'm ready for something different. I want another one. And so I bought this really crappy one off eBay that I just recently sold and got rid of. But then I was like, I'm tired of crappy 3D printers. I want one that's going to work. So instead of spending $150 on a printer, I said, I'm going to go real expensive. I want to get a really nice one. So I spent $180 on an Ender 3, and it works great unless you break stuff. Where's the other half of this? There it is. Unless you, yeah, make sure that you don't do that to it, because now it doesn't work. But You know, the Ender 3, it's probably the best printer I've ever owned. It's had a lot of issues, but mostly those issues are related to the Bowden setup. And I'm wondering if I should go more with a direct drive system.
I honestly, I love my direct drives. My ANET's got a direct drive. My Kitty Tech has got a direct drive.
Is it a direct drive?
It
I
is
thought that because it's got that Bowden too, but it's because the spool's on the back, huh? To guide
the
it in.
spool set's on the back, which actually I don't have on the back because I have it on my shelf, and I'm not going to sit there and try to pull it out and put it back in. And I gotta figure a setup so I can have it use the guiding tube. They don't call it a Bowden tube. Its diameter is pretty much set up for a 3 millimeter on the inside. It seems like filament instead of a 1.75.
It,
I mean, there's plenty.
these two Robos are a direct drive, and I think the thing about having a direct drive system is just that it doesn't clog as easy. The nozzle, you don't have as many issues because you have to mate the Bowden tube with the nozzle like exactly, or else you get all kinds of clogs and stuff. But other than that, and with the Bowden system, it's really difficult to print flexible filaments. A direct drive system is much easier because you don't have to worry about it getting squirrely in the Bowden tube. But
Oh yeah,
as far as print quality goes, the print quality on my Ender 3 is way, way, far and away above any of the other printers I have. Even the two Robo C2s that are $800 printers, the Ender 3 blows them out of the water. And
yeah.
I have another Bowden system on my Monoprice Select Mini,
Yep.
and it has some incredible, like this one right here. This was printed on the Monoprice, and it doesn't really look super great, but like the layer lines look really good. There you go. It looks pretty good. Like that's pretty darn good. And this is Pet G. So I mean that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so one thing I like about my new one is, well, one thing that was annoying, the software for it on the SD card wouldn't load. I actually did get it down on my computer finally, but I actually had to go to their website, and I want to say it's running possibly a version of Marlin, maybe. I'm not 100% sure because when on their website, it does not tell me what they are doing for their software. Like it has it to where, oh yeah, I can go to their software and get a new download or whatever update, but there's nothing there. There's no options to anything. It just says software. The only thing I was able to download was their version of Cure.
The name. Just think about the name, Kitty Tech. It just sounds fake. It sounds not real. Did you see that 3D printer that Maker's Muse got? The one that looks like the semi truck?
Yes, and actually I've seen it before because was it Sexy Cyborg Robot Lady?
Yeah, Naomi Wu. I heard that she made a video about it.
Yeah, so she did. And I had actually looked at it and I was just like, the price is not as bad as the toy box. The toy box is more expensive. I can get that for cheaper compared to the toy box. But it's all plastic.
But
and like the area is like really hard to get in.
So did you hear what his plan was to do with it?
We're gonna turn it into like a remote control something, I think.
Right? He's gonna, because it looks like a semi truck, like the truck part. He's gonna make a robot like truck bed for it so that it looks like it's hauling the filament spool on the back, like on the semi. So it's going to haul the filament on the back, and then it's going to be a remote control so you can actually drive it around while it's printing.
That is hilarious.
That's amazing. That's what it is. That's amazing.
Well, and to think, I mean, the thing doesn't take that much power to run it. There's no heated bed. You could set up a battery system for it. I mean, and just like that. I mean, you're going to have it remote controlled anyway. Just have it all set up there. I mean, look what Tom did with a print bot, the metal framed print bot. You know, he put battery packs on the back of it and have it to where he can take and carry it around and go places in it, be printing at the same time.
Did you see that guy with the backpack 3D printer?
I did.
It was a Delta style that he had put some straps on, and he just walked around and printed stuff while it was hooked to his back.
Yeah, I've seen him at a couple of maker fairs. I've not been to maker fairs, but I've watched videos and seen him on them. So, but yeah. So I need a TPU filament. I've got a.
Eesh. You know, don't you hate when you're going to the bathroom, you run out of TPU? It's worst. Sorry.
Man.
So
Yeah,
we've been going for about an hour.
We've gone for an
You
hour.
don't think you're gonna make what?
Well, on this.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
We've been going for about an hour, and I got to get some work done. Because
my end, everything's starting to lag.
It's almost
because
1:30.
people are getting here, and so
next week we need to have a theme song.
we will. We'll talk about it.
All right, I got my ukulele here. We can put something together.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So, well, thank you, One Raz, for joining us. We appreciate it. And anybody that's watched this later on, thank you for watching. Happy making. Take care, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
See ya.
Bye.